Good morning. This is going to be a video, one, just me exploring today, and two is I could be posting it for my Environment and Society class for my Earth Week assignment. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do yet, but if that's the case, this is a video for that. So yeah, right now I'm just doing my window walk survey this morning. I just woke up, as you can tell. It's just before 7 a.m. But yeah, if I find anything, I'll obviously make a little segment about it. But today, I'm going with a friend and going birding by Lake Shelbyville and doing that for a few hours. Coming back here real quick and then going over to Danville to look for morels and maybe salamanders. We'll see. First spot we're going to is an area I've never been to, so we'll see. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm just walking around the North Quad this morning. I'm not seeing too much, but it's a beautiful morning on this Campus Wellness Day Tuesday on April the 13th. So stay tuned. So we are here in Shelby County, and we've been looking at Shelbyville a little bit, but we haven't gotten to the main spots yet. But this is where I'll be explaining some of the new natural areas since we talked about public areas for use in class. So this is one of the different areas I'm going to be at today. So this is a IDNR property. Here's pheasant behind me. It's a really cool area. Nice prairie. Wilson snipe actually singing. That's something I almost never hear. I almost never hear that actually. It's a really neat area. It's a really nice prairie and a really nice marsh. So stay tuned. See the marsh way up there. But yeah, really cool. Got a beautiful sandhill crane. Just landed. I'm here just north of the Finley Bridge here at Lake Shelbyville. It's a very beautiful view. Looking at birds out here. I'll show you guys one quick one that's fairly rare. I mean, I just saw sandhill cranes, so can't get too much rarer than that around here anyways. There's a mute swan. Must be a migrant, but there's a mute swan. My phone's gonna do that, sorry. Anyways, you guys get the point. There's a mute swan just chilling. The difficulties of digiscoping here, but mute swan. There's an orange bill. This is all man-made. It's a man-made lake. But it's very low, as you guys can see right now. Look at the eroding of the landscape, all caused by humans pretty much. This was built in the 1960s or 70s, I think. It was all just a Kaskaskia River basin, and they dammed this, and now it's like a 15-20 mile long lake. It's just all very narrow, but it's a long lake. Great blue heron, flying right at the tree line right there. But yeah, we're gonna go to the mudflat areas here in a minute and hopefully see thousands of shorebirds. I have a nice group of pectoral sandpipers, and let me scope over his greater and lesser yellowlegs are the three main shorebirds here. There's another pack. Greater yellowlegs running, another greater yellowlegs, there's a lesser. That's about it right here. There's a flock of pelicans. Over here, once I get over there, there they are. A big line of pelicans. Over here, we have an osprey fishing. It would have just migrated back here from the south. It's a hawk, if I can get it focused correctly. There we go. we'll be fishing here. Going down right here. Just fishing. There's a snowy egret. It's not our usual egret, it's much more uncommon, it's much smaller. My first of the year. But look at this beautiful, well-managed impoundment that will be full of birds here in a minute. So I am here. I made it out to the big impoundment. It's very good. You see all the gulls over here and pelicans. See all the shorebirds lining up along here and all the ducks. A lot of shorebirds. There's a lot of shorebirds back behind. But perfect example of habitat management at its finest. At the right time, it's filled with birds. Dozens of species use it, of thousands of birds. Let's see what's here. Look at all these birds. Almost all pectoral sandpipers here. Big line, look at all of them get up. Holy cow. All them coming right here. We're have a lot to look through now. Here we have two Dunlin with all the about 1,000 pecks in front of us. See the long decurved bills, same size but long decurved bills. The black starting to come in on their stomach. See how similar they look between all these we have in front of us, just in this one little pool, and plus all the gulls out there and more stuff out there. Here we have some redhead. Usually they're on big bodies of water, but the males on the left and the females on the right, you can see where they get their name from. Yeah, they're just out here in this little pool with all the other birds here. Yeah, we're gonna move on. Since I haven't yet, I'll put all the gulls in the scope real quick. Since there's hundreds of Bonapartes and ring-billed gulls. And where the pelicans are in the background too. There we go. See, the ring-bills are the bigger gulls that do not have black heads. Bonapartes are the ones with black heads, but winter plumage Bonapartes, they do not have black heads, but right now most of them are getting black heads, so that's the main difference. You guys can see the pelicans in the back, and that's about it. Here we have a least sandpiper. You can see how much smaller it is than the bird in front, the pectoral sandpiper in front. That's why it's called a least, because it's a really small sandpiper. I'll zoom out. See, I can see it with my eye. You see that back bird right over my finger, is that back one? But yeah. Nice Dunlin. Like I said before, there's a little more black on the stomach of this one. Preening his back a little bit. It's a little scratch on the stomach. Must have an itch. Scratch his head. Anyways, in this little flock right here. We're gonna move on. have a molting male ruddy duck. Not entirely sure what it's doing here. It's at this little tiny pool of water. I don't think it knows either. Here's all the carp that's all trapped in this pool. Kingfisher calling at the top of the tree over here. But yeah, this is not a good sign. Not a good environment sign with pools of water that are filled with carp. Here at Fish Hook, about to go look at the flooded areas. This is actually a national wildlife system branch, or pretty sure it is. A few warblers chirping. I was kind of waiting for one of them to call or sing. Flicker, but there's a pine warbler, there's a yellow rump warbler, and a yellow-throated warbler all here, and they're all chirping. They're not singing at the moment for whatever reason. Yellow rumps are migrants. I'll have a picture of the yellow-throated after this segment. But yellow-throated and pines, pine is here because the pine trees. Yellow-throated's usually nest in sycamores, but they like tall, old trees like this too. Just listening for a minute. Anyways, that's all for now. So that is it for this video. So thanks for watching, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed it. So thanks for watching.